What's up, guys? Yesterday I saw Daisy Ridley's new movie, Young Woman in the Sea. Now, this is a movie I was talking about on Friday's review. When I said I wanted to see that movie Friday, but I checked and like all the show times were like really spread out. At times I really couldn't swing, so I just went and saw Violent Nature, which I already have a review of that movie up. But yeah, I checked I only saw about this movie because I checked online. I was just browsing to see what movies were coming out that week, and I said, "Oh my God, look, we got this new Daisy Ridley movie." I like supporting actors that are like, I hate seeing an actor get lost in limbo after being in like one of the big, major, giant IPs. And I'm sure we can think of so many actors that are post IP world. This really can't do, they don't do anything. They just don't do anything. And there's so many actors like that. Like if we really sat here and talked about how many actors really don't do anything. Some of them, I'm not even talking about like, some of them, they made so much fucking money that it's like you really don't need to do anything anymore. Like the Friends actors don't really need to do anything anymore. The Seinfeld actors don't really need to do anything anymore. So they just bitch and whine and make shitty movies. Like the cast of Game of Thrones, they really don't need to do anything anymore. They're still in things here and there, but they don't really need to do. Like the main cast, the residuals they made off those shows. Like I'm talking about like people that are like, a lot of the people I'm talking about, they're like from their like residual area, like there's kind of cable TV. We're not in cable TV era anymore. So like, I think we're gonna start to see a shift of people aren't gonna really do that anymore. And I think Daisy Ridley, like she did the Star Wars movies, and she is about to do another one, which is another reason why I want to support her, because I don't want to see an actor get locked down and think that's all they can do, you know. And I feel like if people were saying this I know I'm going off on a tangent to start the video. It's not really about the movie, but like, even people were saying about how, oh, people always want to fan cast people in an MCU or the DCU, and they want to lock them in a big IP superhero franchise. That doesn't really happen anymore. Florence Pugh has done like 8 movies since Black Widow. Benedict Cumberbatch, he does like, honestly, sometimes you can forget he's Doctor Strange. That's how many movies he does in between Doctor Strange. Sometimes you can really forget that motherfucker's Doctor Strange. It's like when he, like we were having all this discourse about the power of the dog, and then, like, I think, yeah, because then a couple months later, you gotta realize, oh wait, he's about to do a Doctor Strange movie. And we're over here talking about Power of the Dog, you know? Like, we're over here talking about him winning Best Actor, and then a couple months later, he has to do Doctor Strange movie. You know, like, you can really forget. I feel like, because, like, people don't have those chains on them anymore. Chris Hemsworth, I feel like people are going to say, oh, he never had a chain. Like, they're going to say, oh, look at him without the chains. Like, he's done movies. He's done other movies outside the MCU. Movies people don't want to talk about. You know, Men in Black, people don't really want to talk about it, but he's done other movies outside the MCU. So I'm like saying, I really like to support actors that are, that most people probably attach them to these big, giant IPs, because I really don't want to see actors that are truly talented feel like they can't do anything outside of those big IPs, or they're scared to dip their toes into lesser movies about more obscure things, movies about things that might not tickle everyone's fancy. And this movie's about Trudy Ederle, I hope I said that right, the first woman to swim the English Channel. And Daisy Ridley, she's really good in this movie, and I didn't really know that they were going for awards buzz. I didn't know until I saw a tweet like late at night that said this movie's only going to be in theaters for 2 weeks, and they're not going to really report the box office. Then it's going to be on Disney Plus. So if you like what I say about this movie, you are interested in this movie, you can wait the 2 weeks and check it out on Disney Plus, because they are just doing a mandatory bullshit so they can make a awards push for it. I don't think this is really gonna, like, even, I'm gonna say a lot of nice things about this movie. I don't think this is gonna really, I view this as a movie, like Ron Howard did this movie like 2 years ago. They released on Prime Video. They had amazing reviews. Audience score, critic score, started Colin Farrell, started, I think it started Matt Mikkelsen, a couple more guys that are like really well-known actors. And no one ever talked about the movie, and it was very inspirational. It was based on the true story, but no one ever really talked about that movie. And I'm blinking on the name, but I remember the movie. I remember how it played out. I remember how I felt watching it, and it's the same way I felt watching this. This is a very inspiring movie. I think Daisy Ridley really holds her own. Like, she's really, like, she can act. She has everything that a good leading actress should have in Hollywood. The facial expressions, the screen presence. She has everything that a leading actress should have, you know? But like, this is like, if you want a good inspirational sports movie, because I think since it's about swimming, we can kind of classify it as sports, inspirational sports biopic. This is a movie for you. It's really, it has some really funny lines in it. I think, I didn't check the rating, but I'm gonna guess it's PG. I don't remember many cuss words. Like, they did like one thing, and it was a comedic moment. It could have been played off as PG-13. But like I said, this is a very inspiring movie. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes. I think that the slow start into like, it's like a slow start into like a rise. So you don't really, like, you'll feel it here and there, but I feel like they finished the movie really, really strong. It have you on the edge of your seat, like a slow start into a big rise. That's how I explain the pacing of the movie. So yeah, I could definitely give it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, it's very inspiring. If you don't, like, you can wait the 2 weeks. I think that's what Disney wants you to do, since they're not really going to give it a full push. They just want to get it out there so they can say, hey, Academy, release this in theaters. Can you let us put this in all these categories now? Please, thank you, bye. You know, so I feel like that's what Disney wants you to do. I recommend it. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's, like I said, very inspiring. Daisy Ridley, she does everything that a leading actress should do in a motion picture. Screen presence. She conveys emotions that need can be conveyed at the time, you know. So yeah, Young Woman in the Sea, definitely 8 out of 10 for me. I definitely recommend it, and I think that you and the whole family have a great time watching this movie. Peace.